Hey everybody, Mac and Damon here for OCR Kings, and we've got a special sit rep and after action report of the Paris Lake SoCal trifecta weekend out there in California.
Right.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to attend, but a
Nope.
dear friend
Nope.
of
Nope.
ours did, who describes himself as a mediocre endurance athlete. This is
Wait.
a 50-time
Yes.
trifecta Spartan racer.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
he's a
guy's
life
he's an animal.
he is
Yeah.
a machine.
Yes.
Yeah, lifetime marathoner,
Right.
ultra runner. This is our friend Tom Shankopotamus. Okay, you
Yep.
can look him up on Instagram. We're gonna leave links to his profiles out there. The guy really is a legend and
Yeah.
just a
Straight up,
beast
straight up dude. So if you
and
see
really
him,
cool.
you see
He's
him
a
at a
cool guy.
venue, it was like definitely you can say hi to this guy.
Say hello,
Very
shake
cool.
hands, or stand aside and salute.
It's a-
Because the man deserves it.
yeah.
Okay. So he wrote us a pretty detailed description of what he experienced at this race. It's really, really good. We're also going to link to
Yes.
that in its unabridged form down below this video. But
Yeah.
what is standing out to you, Damer? He gives a pretty decent rundown right from the start. He apologizes, I think, for only having run the three races one time apiece
Yeah.
rather than
That's
multiple
it.
times. But I
Yes.
still think it's a
Yep.
pretty solid opinion of what was going on there. So
Yeah, well, this is the first kickoff event for Spartan for the year. So it's 2024 season starts, and our man was there. And one thing he immediately said about the venue was it's one of the more beautiful venues that Spartan does anywhere. And he's been to Big Bear in Montana and pretty much
every
all of them.
all of
So
them, yeah,
so the fact that this one makes the list, he said the man-made lake that you run around and you actually go do the dunk wall in is crystal clear. The mountains in the backdrop are gorgeous, and probably the weather helped because it was a California weekend out there, so perfect blue skies. So pretty
that's
cool.
pretty
I'm
cool.
sure that added to the overall uh, ambiance of the venue, but that's impressive. So I mean, definitely makes us uh, want to reach for this one next
Absolutely.
year.
You mentioned too in the Spartan start area there, they had the Spartan Plus tent. So Spartan Plus is back, is still going.
Still going. Yep.
Okay. And man after my own heart, he mentions that there were snacks. Cool. There were foam rollers. You hear that often, massage guns, but also coffee. Okay. It's important to me. I'm a caffeinated runner. I tend to run with some definitely right beforehand. So coffee in the Spartan Plus tent might be a plus for me. I might have to, take another look at the old Spartan Plus.
That's
Okay,
you're
so
you're coming back for the big win.
yeah, for the big win. So as far as the course goes, it's described as for all three races relatively flat and
And
fast,
fast.
with
Yep.
some impressive times posted by the elite racers. Very good. Hats off to them.
Yep.
The Beast started with an 8-mile loop north of the lake through rolling, hard-packed, sandy terrain that cut through scrub brush and loose rocks. That sounds pretty picturesque and pretty
Yep.
standard as far as what we've seen out west,
That's
as
right.
compared to here in the Northeast, where it is rocky, full of roots,
That's right.
cold, muddy, and
Yeah,
gross.
usually in the trees. So he actually mentions running with sunglasses on and actually make saying that that was a very good idea. And you and I actually did the same out in Texas,
Yep,
just the lack of a tree cover and the sun out there. So we actually totally agreed with it too. So just
definitely.
kind of a good tip depending on the venue and the vegetation.
My man's got his signature sunglasses on right here
Yep.
in his picture. Yeah, I was doing a little running in Manhattan too with sunglasses on because you're right out in the sun there. Believe it or not, you would think in the big canyons of the buildings there would be some coverage, but there isn't. So running with sunglasses is something that was a takeaway from running in Texas, as you mentioned, and something
Yep.
that I very, very, very much enjoy. So cool. All right, so you mentioned that some folks in regular running shoes, they had success. Okay,
Yep, no
interesting.
problem. No problem with the terrain. I mean, the flat and fast, I guess. And I guess as soon as the muds and the hills is where you start to need those lugs on the bottom of those shoes.
Speaking of which, I just bought out, I think, the last pair of Innovate Talons, the ultra running
Yeah,
shoes. They're
why
running
those
low, so
why those disappeared from their lineup,
we're
I
gonna
don't
need
know.
to rely on you, Tom, if you got some suggestions for 2024 for
That's right.
footwear. Let us know, and I'm not kidding. Okay, so overall, this was one of the more beautiful courses and was right up there with Montana, Big Bear, and Utah, just as you mentioned, Damer, excuse me. I find that to be pretty impressive
Yeah.
because those locations are kind of breathtaking. So
Yeah, right.
outstanding.
Yep.
So as far as obstacle placement, okay, this is the next part of the review. Obstacles were heavily front loaded. We saw that in the map. Okay,
Yeah.
so there must have been some difficulty getting vehicles to the nature reserve. Okay, so you got to deal with limitations
Yeah,
or
access where you can and
constraints
cannot go, which is kind
of
of
the
like
venue.
California and wildfires. So there's no fire jump at the end. So yeah, Spartans following the rules and doing what they can. So
Got to do what you got to
yes,
do. Yep. And
yep,
this beast had two sandbag carries. Reminds us of Killington
yes,
back in the
yep.
days, which we were just
It's
talking
like,
about.
didn't we already do this
Yeah.
earlier in the day? Yeah, yeah.
So all right, some upper body strength. You gotta the carries they doubled up there. All
Yep.
right.
He mentioned nothing out of the ordinary, nothing new. So it was the what we know and love from Spartan
Um,
is there.
yes, and there was something kind of new, but as Tom and I discussed via email, it was painfully unremarkable, I
Yeah.
guess. The
Uh-oh.
lattice wall, which we saw on the map and we jumped on immediately. We were so excited that there
Yeah,
would be a new obstacle.
that's right.
My man described it in somewhat unflattering terms. Basically, it was just planks of wall wood or something that you climbed over, sub ladder to hell, Tough Mudder style. That is unfortunate. So, yeah. So that there was talk of a new obstacle,
Yeah.
lattice. He says, I may be wrong, but I believe this was just a modified Olympus or Z wall, with not much more to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully the big brains at Spartan are still
yes,
developing obstacles to come.
absolutely. We have faith. Do we?
That's
Do you have
that's
faith?
right.
Do you? I'm,
We got
I'm a man of little faith, Damer.
that's right.
But we
They're
hope that
picking
is
better venues, so who knows?
who
Good
knows.
good things.
So the weather was sunny there in California. Excellent. I am jealous. We haven't seen the sun here in 8 days. Okay, I'm starting to become vitamin D deficient. So
Sorry.
I am jealous, but I'm glad that these guys all had great weather out there. Excellent. Yeah, the weekend was windy and sunny. Very good. I will take
Yep.
windy as long as it comes with sun. So very, very good. Now the t-shirts. I have seen recently online some hubbub about t-shirts. I think the Spartan season pass members or something got a t-shirt that comes with the deal. And as it arrived to them, they realized that the letters were backwards.
Oh
Okay, the writing across the chest is in
no.
reverse. Now, perhaps it's because it's a selfie shirt. You're going to stand there in the mirror with your phone and it'll read correctly. Maybe
No.
you're an ambulance driver and you want your shirt to be read by people in their rear view mirrors. I have no idea. Kind of sounds dumb to me. But again, you
Yeah.
mentioned the big brains. Maybe bigger brains are on that issue than ours, and it makes total sense. So the t-shirts here at SoCal, they have a more straightforward design, certainly more so than recent years,
I
with
like that.
Spartan logo on the front highlighted with the race distance color. Okay, that's cool. You're getting red,
I'd
blue, green.
rather have it simple and not sponsor filled or too wacky that I'm not going to
Yeah.
wear it unless I'm mowing my lawn. So keep it simple. and
Well,
I'll wear
good.
it. It's like,
They are standard in fit and in material, and I guess differ since Kraft took over the apparel merchandise, so it's something little bit of a change. Okay. Metals are different slightly from last year. They did not include last year's tab design. Okay, that's
okay.
I'm okay with that. And I did see these online. Tom mentions that the weekend trifecta medal is very different, and it
That
includes
sounds
three
cool.
spinning pieces. So if you were to hold it and you spin, the inner part spins one way and the next part spins
That's
another way. It
that's
looks
pretty
like
cool.
something,
Yep.
Da Vinci might have designed. It's pretty neat. So Spartan hasn't done that before. That is true. Okay, the festival area was extensive with about 20 local vendors and organizations from around the area. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool. That's a good sign. If vendors want to participate, things are going okay. They're interested in the amount of business that is being brought to that locale and
Yep.
making sure that their brands are seen
Yep.
and
He did mention about
enjoyed.
the locale that there's a ton of parking. It's just designed to handle what Spartan can bring. He said they obviously did pretty well with the registration packet pickup. So he
That's
said he
cool.
didn't wait in any lines. So Spartan's doing okay in that department. So good on them.
So, final thoughts. At the end of the weekend, Spartan announced early pricing for next year's race. I did see that on Spartan.com. They're
Yep.
already
Mhm.
ready to go for 2025. Okay, it's a trifecta weekend in January. It's a great way to kick off that season. I'm sure it is. Okay,
Yep.
Tom highly recommends flying into Palm Springs Airport or Ontario Regional Airport. Okay, he mistakenly flew into LAX. Yikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
JFK when you could fly into Westchester, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if anybody's around this area and is familiar
That's
with
right.
going up north, you know that you'd be closer with what I just said, blah, blah, blah. Okay. There are
Yep.
also
Mentions
numerous hotels within 30
hotels.
minutes of the venue, but he suggests booking early for
Yeah.
next year.
You know they're gonna jack the price. Yeah.
Absolutely, and they're going to
Yep.
fill up quick.
Yep.
People think that they're a month out and can get a room. You are going to be in for a shock. Um, he and I have also spoken about New York City Marathon. If anybody is doing that, you need to book your hotel there. Also,
Yeah.
super early
Super
if you're
early.
going to stay
Yeah.
by the start, which is in Staten Island. Speaking of which, Tom, hope to see you out there in your pursuits. Maybe we'll have some announcements on that
Yeah.
later on
Cool.
this year.
Very cool.
So, I'm thinking that this is a two thumbs up event. Sounds flat, open, beautiful,
Yeah. Fast. Yep. Yeah.
fast, great weather.
Yep.
When we were out there in SoCal, we had a great time too, so we can't say anything to the contrary.
Yep.
Tom, we're
No.
glad you wrote in and
Yeah.
provided us with
Great
this
job.
sit rep.
Yeah.
Congratulations on banging out all three
Yeah.
races.
The
You are a
first
monster.
first trifecta of the first
Uh,
race. Well done,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. So there's like 50 more races throughout the year.
It's all right.
Does that mean 50 more trifectas? You are a maniac. So, Tom, we hope to see you later in the season out
Yeah.
there on the
We'll see you.
course.
We'll see you out there.
Uh,
Definitely.
there will be links provided below. Everybody, definitely check out my man. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. It really helps to grow the channel and keeps these chats going, and we
That's right.
greatly appreciate it.
Yes.
We hope to see everybody out there on the course very, very soon. But until that time, remember, as always, train hard
Have fun.